Welcome back to the Golden Point Podcast, everyone. This is episode 10, joined by regulars Oscar and Michael, and your boy Bouche has returned for
He's returned for
a
one
guest
episode,
episode.
guys. Anyways, we had a great round of footy like always. Round five. So starting off Thursday night, we had the Raiders up against the Sharks. Now that was a Raiders win, 24-10, 24-20. Now, I was surprised again, another upset. Did you guys predict Sharks to win that game or Raiders, both of you?
I had the Raiders winning this game just purely on home ground advantage. Like every time they played a Canberra this season, they've always looked like the better team. Thumped the Broncos when they looked to be the favourites in round two. Ended up doing the job again against the Sharks in a very, very gutsy performance. I think
Yeah.
Yeah.
as much like the Dogs in the Knights game where it was just like a
Yeah,
tug
the
of war up
doggies.
until the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big win there. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, I took the Sharks. I thought they'll bounce back against the Dogs last week, but they were they were at the best time against the Raiders.
Not good
came
enough
back.
to beat the Raiders in Canberra, the nation's
Yeah.
capital. Were just not good
They were
enough.
so close, but that try, a
Yeah,
brilliant
Raiders
try,
just
probably
got
try of the
lucky
season
there.
actually. Yeah, that Chris Scott. Yeah,
But they
very
deserved
good.
it, I reckon. They're a good side this year.
And Ricky's reaction was funny.
Ricky's good too as well.
Ricky
Yeah,
always
yeah.
gives the
Sticky Rick.
reactions.
Sticky
Yeah.
Ricky, mate. There you go.
Sticky Rinky.
Yeah, so moving on to another upset and another loss for the Panthers. Now, just checking the ladder here, they are currently 15th on the ladder. Now, that's a big surprise for Panthers.
Yeah, they haven't
big.
they haven't lost four in a row.
Here. What do you
Since
guys think?
2019.
What do you guys think the main issue is with Panthers this year?
The injuries, I think, are the biggest
Injuries?
concerns. I mean, they've lost most of their big players due to injuries this season. Edwards didn't play that game, hadn't played for them in 4 weeks. It's a good thing that he comes back this week, and they'll need that. Cleary just coming back from a HIA, still played to Cleary standards, but even then, like the losses of Fish and Luai, like two of their most experienced players at the beginning of the year, is really taking a
Yeah,
toll
they
on
just
them.
seem to lose players each season.
They haven't
I
had
think-
any good
Give him away.
replacements. Like I think,
Exactly.
They got Papali'i though, but I don't think he's gonna
yeah, no,
cut it.
he's
on the
not good
bench
enough.
too.
He's not good enough to replace Fish as a forward.
Nah.
Better off as a second row.
I
But
think he
like,
fell off ever since leaving Parramatta Eels.
yeah,
Exactly.
I think the method that Penrith had with their youth, like bringing in players from their academy to step up
Especially,
to this,
Oh, what's his name?
it's really starting to fall
Blaze?
off.
No, not Blaze.
Yeah, Blaze. He came from
Oh.
the Panthers juniors.
The Eels. No,
Oh,
No,
talk
he
about
came
Jack
from
Cole. Talk about Jack Cole.
no, Blaze, right?
Blaze Tulangi.
No, he came from the Eels.
You came from Eels.
I came from Eels.
Juniors,
Okay,
but yeah.
But he's another good
Yeah.
player. I don't know what happened to him now. Saw him a few
It's
weeks
very
ago.
much just the method is starting to slow down for Penrith, and if they keep up the way they're playing now, who knows? They might not even make the finals this
Finals,
year.
yeah.
I reckon they'll
exactly.
make the top 8 at least, but
No, they'll still make a
Def-
top eight, but I think
They
it's
won't.
questionable if they end up being a top four team.
I think top four's too late for them because the amount of
they'll
games
make the 8. They'll make the 8, but
they've already lost
not
like
the
4
grand
games,
final.
which is like too many because you need like at least like 8 losses. Some
Well,
most eight losses.
if we're asking these questions about the Premiers, Penrith, we could ask the same question about the Sharks, who I had them finishing third at the end of the season.
They have a,
Yeah, well,
they have a chance.
Panthers
They're going
are
2 and
Panthers,
3 at the
mate.
moment. So
yeah.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah,
anyways, moving on to the highlight of the round here, Rabbitohs and the Roosters. Now, I watched the full game here, and Roosters pretty much. First half they played like shit. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the score does not reflect how the teams
All
played.
of
The
a
Roosters,
sudden, in the second half, they came out of nowhere and just fucking absolutely.
well, hold on, he
just-
missed out.
They
Missed out a
showed
few
up.
points. That wait, hold
They
on.
showed up, but fucking, what's his name? Sandon
You
Smith
lo-
could not kick that game too. He missed one. Of
well, I
three.
mean, to be fair, Chad Townsend was also equally as bad in that game.
Chad Townsend, he's been dropped to the
Kick
reserve.
kick
He's
on the
been
full for like
dropped
twice. Yeah.
to reserves this week. So,
Yeah.
I mean, by that Hugo guy.
It was
Well,
very
Hugo
impressive.
Savala.
It was very impressive because you guys lost like 3 players.
Yeah.
Like even
Yeah,
a half,
no.
like Humphreys
Yeah, for
lost.
South, they lost.
lost-
They lost
yeah.
Humphries.
They lost Humphreys,
Ravalawa.
they
Last 5
lost
minutes, yeah.
Walker,
And
and
Walker.
who was the last one?
And
Ravalawa.
the forward guy, yeah. That's
Yeah.
right.
Who'd they lose?
Mikel Ravalawa.
Ah, Ravalawa
Yeah,
as well,
he
yeah.
scored a
He's
try, I
gone
remember
for
that.
I think a few weeks too.
Yeah.
Another
Roosters
two-
were like,
Before that-
yeah. Roosters were in the lead like most of the game, and then Rabbitohs
The
came back
second
with
half they
that.
showed up, but then Rabbitohs just
And Latrell got that
absolutely
forward pass. Anyway.
Latrell that pass from Latrell over
Debatable.
Dom.
Debatable was the way it would
Who
have been
scored
a
that
forward
try?
pass.
Was it
Tass.
what?
Tass
Tass,
scored
yeah,
it.
to
Yeah,
Tassie.
Tass.
He scored a good try at the end there, and that just sealed the deal there.
Roosters are
Um,
in 3-4 this season, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if
They
they can
yeah.
keep it up.
they'll make the eight, but I
They
don't think
dropped
they'll.
Townsend for this week too, so who
I don't know
knows?
how Savala's
Yeah.
going to go if he's the solution until
How old is
Walker
he?
gets
Like
back.
18? So he's
18,
like,
19. I think he's around the same age as Sandon Smith.
oh yeah, wow. But
Latrell was very good that game too.
Latrell was very good that game.
Overall,
he
yeah.
played
The
really good.
Rabbitohs, we should start talking about more this season now that they've got Trell back.
Well,
Top
they've
five
got
at the moment.
Latrell and Jairo now. Do you guys think
And
that Latrell should start fullback or continue as centre?
No,
um,
I
I
don't.
think Latrell should be centre. But
I
now
think
he's
Latrell, yeah.
yeah, he's
Jairo
halfback
at
this week too.
fullback.
Anyway, so he's
He's at
half.
Oh, he's
5'8", yeah.
halfback. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
he's playing 5'8".
So it's
Oh,
yeah, 5'8",
oh,
yeah,
I
this
can
week.
see
Yeah.
So
that
who
is.
knows? Yeah,
I think Jai Gray's been playing too well to be dropped. Like, if
Yeah.
Trell is to play fullback, Jai Gray could probably play 14, but Jai Gray's been playing exceptional
yeah.
this season. I'm pretty sure he's top. I think he's top of the Daily M
He's
rankings
only
at the moment.
like by 6 points. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's doing really good.
he's leading it. Do you think?
Yeah,
Do you
he's
guys
good
think
there.
Roosters get top 8? Do you think
No.
Roosters get top 8? Yeah.
I don't know. It's a tough one.
The
Like,
injuries and the amount of players they let go at the end of last season is just
It's too
piling up.
much. Yeah.
what do you guys think when Sam Walker comes back and Brandon Smith?
I think
No,
it'll
you
be,
guys-
it'll be too late. It'll be
Too late. I reckon you
It'll be
guys
too
will
late.
probably peak at like finishing 9th or 10th.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
It's
think
a
they'll
tough
just
one.
miss out. I think they'll win a few games and
I
miss
don't
out.
think
Yeah.
they'll. I don't think they'll make it this year.
Yeah. Thank God.
But yeah, anyways, moving on to Bouche's team, the Dragons, losing to Eels, mate. Tell us what
Very,
happened.
very
what
good
went
game.
wrong
Very
here?
good game. Yeah.
It's a very back and forth game.
Mate, Gutherson doing the bloody
Very,
celebration.
very disappointed in the way that we
Wait,
played
hold on.
that game.
Before we started,
Hmm.
Oscar said last week that this game would be terrible.
Yeah, I did say that. I said
Last
this would be a
podcast
shit
it would be
game,
terrible, but it was very good.
surprisingly, it was a good game. Well,
Like-
I still didn't watch it.
You didn't watch
I
it.
watched the whole
I watched
game
a
and
few
I was on
clips
my
of
seat
TikTok.
for the whole game.
I
Gutho
saw,
was
like,
very good.
Gutherson
Gutho was very good.
Like scored and then did like the fans did like a celebration
Yeah.
and they got really angry at him.
I don't know.
but
This Dragons
What this
team.
one? What this
That
one?
was the
What this
highlight
one?
of
Yeah,
the
the
game for me.
I don't know. The Dragons. The
Bouche, why
Dragons
don't
are a tough watch.
Why don't you do the
Very-
celebration for us?
Nah, no chance.
Do
They're
it,
they're,
do it
they're,
after Oscar.
That'll go
they're
viral.
they're a
fucking
very
TikTok.
tough watch this season, man. Like games that we shouldn't win, we end up winning. Like the game
I don't know
against
how
Melbourne.
you guys
Storm against Storm.
And then games where we should win, we end up just like parking the bus against the Eels and
Yeah.
losing. Like that last 10 minutes going into Golden Point,
Podcast,
fuming
yeah.
because the Dragons like
What?
up by 2 points. Like surely, like they were playing like they just had to defend for the win.
Mm.
Keep on playing like you did for the 70 minutes of the game. Try and get more points on the board to make sure that the Eels don't win the game.
You
They
tell
just
him, mate,
ended
you
up-
tell him.
Ended up just laying the Eels in. Lachlan Ilias, Carl Flanagan. I don't know if they're the partnership
Oh
that
man,
Flano
it's
should
not
keep going with.
strong enough.
Especially Ilias towards the back end of the half. Two kicked balls out on the full. Second one led to the Lomax field goal. Very
That's
disappointing.
right. Yeah.
Very disappointing from them both.
Decent
I don't know.
game,
The
though.
Dragons have been. They rely too much on their experienced players. Like Gutho and Val Holmes are really the only players.
And Cook.
And Cook.
Yeah.
Gutho, Val Holmes, Cook, and probably Toby Couchman were like the
And
only
Cody
four
Ramsey,
players.
yeah.
The only 4 players that actually put their heart into their game and actually played till the final whistle.
Yeah.
But it shows how like inconsistent the Dragons are going to be.
Yeah,
this
you guys
season.
were up for like 20-8, and then you choked.
And then we
pretty
choked
much.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, overall decent game. Now moving on to, I didn't watch this game.
Which one?
Titans and
that's right.
Dolphins.
Yeah, Titans. Yeah, I
It's
didn't
just
watch it
not
either.
really good
I didn't watch it
headline
either.
there.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
don't
watch
think
it.
anyone watched that.
Ball,
Yeah, 36 to 10. You know, another great game from Max Plath. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Broncos and Tigers.
This was a good game.
Fucking
This
hell.
one was a good game. This was back and
Another
forth
great.
tries.
Terrell May got 51 points now.
Yeah,
And-
but that
and
game, that
a shit
that
performance
game
from Payne
was
Haas.
so
42 points.
that game was so hard to consider for fantasy because the ball was just there were so many tries in the game that there weren't many
Yeah.
tackles made.
Yeah.
So that's why there was very low scores in that game. But it's all
I
about
think so
fantasy.
too.
Yeah,
I think the
Tiger-
most tackles were made in that game were like 30. I think Terrell May made the most tackles.
Terrell May, he did good. Like especially if you captained him. Yeah.
Yeah, Michael, what are you gonna say?
Tigers are very good this game. They were up like they had more tries in the first half too, but they couldn't kick the goals.
Yeah,
And then Broncos just came and smashed him in the second half because there was no Luai either, so they couldn't really do much.
yeah.
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 But yeah, another good game from fucking Broncos.
Yeah.
Moving on to Sunday.
I
I
didn't
think it
watch
was
this
in the
either.
afternoon. Did anyone watch this game?
No, I was at
Manly
the
I
and
dog
watched like
game.
Storm.
20 minutes of it.
I didn't watch this game at all. Now, I think we all predicted Storm to win here. Me and Mike.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
should
Did
be a
you?
game that the Storm
Yeah.
wins.
It's just not an easy
A lot
game,
of a lot of people pick Manly
coming off
though
a Dragons
because
loss.
yeah.
Mm.
They just had to seal the deal here. Now, yeah, I didn't watch it. Bruce, do you want to talk about it or?
Yeah, I think the 20 minutes that I watched it, it was like just mainly Storm putting like attack and attack and attack. And this game reminded me of how good of a team that the Storm can be when they actually play like they
Mm,
want to win the game. Like this season, they haven't played like they did last season, where they were like definitive, the minor premiers, the best team in the comp. And they showed that this season that they have the firepower,
mm.
they have the star power, and it clicked all very well. Munster, Hughes, Pappenhausen all having really good games, and yeah, if the Storm can keep this up, there should be no reason as to why they don't finish as the minor premiers this
Well, I
season.
think Dogs win the first
Dogs win,
mine premiers.
mate.
Yeah.
What do you want
Uh,
about? I don't think that will happen, mate. Dogs.
Swiftly move on to the Bulldogs game now, so now
Hey,
you can talk
hey,
about
hey,
it.
Okay, yeah. Moving on to Sunday, last game of the round, Doggies and Knights, 20-0.
Oh, what a game!
Mike, cool, mate. Wearing the Doggies jersey. Why don't you tell
Doggies,
us?
yes, of course.
Tell us about the game, mate. And you went too. So
I
how was
was
the
there, so
atmosphere?
I forgot
Tell
to
us everything, mate.
look. The crowds. So the end says 24,000. I didn't feel like 24,000. It felt like 50,000.
More
It felt like
Doggies fans always show
it
up,
was very. It
man.
was very loud. So
Yeah.
first half, Knights were like very good defensively, and very impressive because they even lost Saifidi in the first like 2 minutes, and we only scored 2 points, so my penalty goal, and then second half we just timed them out and scored.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
that's pretty
game was
much how
very
it
much
came.
just an arm wrestle between the two teams. Like if you're going into if they just continued the form in the first half, it would be 50-50 as who would
50,
win.
yeah,
But
yeah,
the Dogs show their class in the second
yeah,
half without Burden and kick out as well, which is very impressive.
yeah.
Yeah. Fucking.
Knights were pretty good for their standards, but yeah, couldn't get the job done.
Oh well, it's not good enough
Good
against
job,
the
man.
fucking Doggies, mate.
Yeah, of
First players
course.
haven't lost a game this season.
And
What are they
going into the
worth?
bye as well.
Six and
Yeah,
zero.
bye. But anyways, that brings us to round 6 of the NRL. Now, first game, Dolphins Panthers. Now, I think Panthers will win this one.
They're getting Edwards back and also putting Race
Edwards,
Lungy at
Cleary,
five eight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
fucking good lineup. I just think they'll do it, even though it's in Brisbane.
Suncorp. Yeah.
Yeah, Suncorp Stadium, Brisbane.
Yeah.
Do you guys agree with me? Panthers will get the win here.
Yeah, 30
Yeah.
plus. Yeah.
I just think it's a
Panthers.
clear.
I
the
think it's
Dolphins,
closer.
like, I don't.
I mean,
I don't see
Dolphins
Dolphins
very,
winning.
very,
It would
very
be
mixed.
really surprising if Dolphins win though. Like, there's
Look,
not too much of a
If
difference.
Dolphins win, I don't think Panthers make the 8. That's my prediction. If Dolphins win, they'll make
Yeah, it's
fun.
Wow,
just like
okay.
a curse. Like something really bad happened to Panthers now. Like
Like if Cleary gets
it's about
injured,
time they do shit though. That's the thing.
Nah.
If
Thank
Cleary
God.
does his ACL or something, that's another
gone.
trade gone.
One of the smoothest actually.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, funny.
moving on to the next Friday night game, we have the Dragons up against the Titans. Now this one's at
Ugh.
Win
Are you
Stadium,
going?
Wollongong. Boosh, are you going to the
Nah,
game?
I'm not making the trek all the way to Wollongong on a
Oh,
Friday
man.
night to watch my team.
Game of the
Respectfully.
night. Game of the year.
Dragons.
Come on.
Wear the
Nah.
jersey from Mick Simmons.
I'll read this up again.
Mate, you spent the whole budget on the jersey.
Hey, bro, it was $150 of my own money.
150 for
Deal.
what? Well, what's your jersey?
Oh,
No, 140 actually. It's a vintage. It's a vintage Dragons jersey.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, yeah.
fair enough,
Is,
mate.
is it signed?
No, not signed.
Oh,
Okay.
come on, mate.
Come on, man.
That's alright.
Yeah, okay.
I'll start at make more value anyway.
I want to hear what you guys think about this game before I say anything. You think the Dragons get the win or not?
There's actually a stat where Titans haven't won at Wollongong at all. So
Titans,
I think-
yeah. I don't know, man.
I I'm gonna put my bias to the side here because of the Dragons. Like they're winning games, or they're not winning games that they should be winning, and I think This game's going to be closer than most people think it is. I think I'm going to have the Titans winning like 1-12 against the Dragons.
Also, Tino's out, so I think Dragons will get it done.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not confident on them because they haven't started well to start the season.
yeah. Very inconsistent like last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly like last year. I think losing Ben Hunt and Zach Lomax has taken a toll on us.
Mate, you did fucking Cody Ramsey back.
Ah, nah. He can
What's the
continue
deal with
to
him? Is he in New South Wales Cup?
well, I mean, he's coming back from like a 2 year like hiatus. So if he comes back, I want him to, I want to see him back in first grade because he's
Yeah,
a great
yeah.
player. But give him time to develop again. I don't know if he's going to play fullback.
No, I
Um,
don't think so.
I
No.
don't know if he's
Nah,
our future
he's not playing
fullback.
fullback.
That's the thing.
He won't be able to,
And
unless Gutho's injured,
yeah,
I
yeah,
guess.
no.
Big Gutho. Yeah.
But I don't know if he makes it into the team on the wing over, let's say, like maybe over Tyrell Sloan, but I have a few other
Nah.
wingers ahead of him. Definitely not
Yeah.
over Tuipulotu as well.
Just got some breaking news here, boys.
Yeah.
Oh,
We got a DM from James Folks, and
oh,
in this DM, he said he'd like to return in about 2 weeks.
here
Um,
we are. Ooh,
Hey.
yeah,
hey.
but I think we should keep my cool in here though. I can't lie. I reckon you stay.
Oh, thanks, man. I
Um,
appreciate it.
I don't
I'm
want
on
to.
it. I'm on
I
it.
don't want to kick you
I'm on
out,
it.
bro. I can't lie. I don't want to kick. I reckon
That.
us three should work. Um, but anyways, yeah, he just said he wants to come back in 2 weeks.
Hey,
Oh,
to
we've
join
got some
back.
more breaking
Oh.
news. Folks wants to join the episode right now.
Ah, yeah, definitely.
Let's get him in,
Is this
mate.
gonna be in
What's
the
going
podcast or
on?
not? Is this in the
Yeah,
podcast?
sure, Mr.
Oof,
Folks,
Jimmy.
Hey,
mate.
he's back.
Mr.
What is
Folks.
that, Mr. Folks?
Bad lighting like usual.
Where's on the couch?
Oh,
He's
he's
in his
back.
bedroom, mate. So, Mr. Folks, mate, what happened? Why were you gone? Tell us the
Well,
story, mate.
unfortunately, I have things to pay for,
Yep.
and the Golden Point podcast budget.
Especially
Bouche
Bouche,
blew it
mate,
all.
spending the whole budget on that jersey.
So I had to take some time off to focus on work. Unfortunately, I had to work
Oh.
some very long hours, but I had to do it so I could afford to live. But now I can afford to eat and live. So
That's good, mate. That
I'm
is
back on
good.
board.
He's back, mate. He's
Please
back.
please donate to the please donate.
Yeah, donate to the funds. It's always
Donate, guys.
appreciated.
Wait, link below, guys.
Specifically donate
Exactly.
to folks.
No, donate to Golden
Every
Point
view is one.
Podcast.
Donate.
Every view is one donation, exactly. But yeah, and we'll get to Bush's story at the end.
We
Oh.
got 8 minutes left.
Mate, don't worry, don't worry. Okay, so Roosters Broncos. Roosters coming off a fucking who did they lose to again? Rabbitohs.
Rabbitohs.
And Broncos coming off a win against Tigers. Now, I just don't see Roosters winning, and I reckon I don't even know why Broncos are versing Roosters again. They just versed them in round one, so I don't know what the go is with there. But I reckon it's gonna be like 40 to like 10, just a massive score difference.
I think Roosters are going to struggle without their GOAT,
Chad
Chad
Townsend,
Yeah,
mate,
of course,
has
of
been
course.
dropped to reserves.
who's been too busy making TikToks on other people's games.
Yeah, and his
got to
vlog
study
channel
his
as
own.
well.
And his
Yeah.
podcast, yeah.
His vlog channel, his podcast, mate, he's doing everything. He's just,
So everything.
you know.
Entrepreneur. Yeah.
A few changes from the Roosters side, nothing much Broncos. Oh,
Yeah.
a lot of ins from Broncos, but they mostly are reserves.
Yep.
Major injury for Roosters, Lindsay Collins out for, I think, 6 weeks.
Yeah, got it in the end.
Not
I forgot
not
it is.
ideal for them,
Yeah.
but they do have Victor Radley coming back. And Hugo Savala makes a start in the 7 jersey. And Billy Smith is officially back.
After 2 years of
After
not
2
playing.
years of not playing, he scored
Yeah.
a try against South, so that
Brilliant.
was a good try too, and it's good for him. Now, what's everyone's tips here for this game?
Broncos 13 plus.
Yeah, I'm taking Broncos 13
Yeah,
plus.
Broncos 13
Yeah,
plus.
Broncos, yep. 10
Broncos.
plus. Now, Saturday afternoon, Sharkies up against Manly in Optus.
In
What the
Perth.
fuck? In Perth.
Perth.
Yeah, double header. Yeah.
Mate, I better see
Ah,
folks at
yeah.
the game there. He better be going to that game.
No.
Oh,
You gonna make the trek all the way to Perth, folksy?
Yeah, start walking now.
Oh,
mate. Yeah,
I think
first ticket.
I think that would blow all the money that I
All
just
the money, mate.
took time off to earn.
And more.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
And more.
Oh well.
Look, I'm worried here. Sharkies
Could see a loss from them.
well, that'd
He's
be our
lagging.
third loss in a
You're
row.
lagging.
No,
Am I?
he's all good.
He's all good.
Yeah.
You're all good. You're not lagging.
I'm worried it might be
Oh yeah.
our third loss in a
Alright.
row here.
Keep going.
Manly are a tough team. Hopefully we can get it done, but I think away from home, we do get some reinforcements back in Teague Wilton and Sifa Talakai. But we're still without Kale Iro for probably another 4 to 5 weeks, which is a big loss. Yeah, I am concerned. I think Manly might get this one here, which isn't a good start to the season for Sharks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon. I feel
No, I
like
think-
Sharks are gonna do it. I reckon.
I think Sharks get a
I
bounce
just think
back.
Sharks will do it. To be honest.
There's no turbo either, so
No turbo. They should.
Yeah,
They
no
should
turbo.
get a win here.
no turbo,
They
no
get-
winning.
It'll be a close game. It'll be a very close game.
Yeah, and I think DC is gonna have a pretty shit game. After all those latest rumors and stuff, I think it's gotten into his head there.
I think he's over it. Anyway.
Nah, I reckon it's still in his head somewhere.
So it's-
Anyways,
Yeah, I got
Rabbitohs-
Sharks. Yeah, what are the tips?
I got
so
Sharks 1-12.
I got
Yeah, I got
Sharks
Sharks.
winning that game.
I got Sharks 13+.
Fuck you, mate.
But Foxy, your team.
I gotta go. I gotta back the boys in the blue. Give
Yeah,
me
so
Sharks
mate.
1 to
Changing
12.
his tip. There you go.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, mate. Good job. Anyways, Rabbitohs and Cowboys. Again at Optus Stadium. That's a double header, mate. Folks, mate, 2 games in one night, mate. That's a deal right there, mate. You should go
Double
to
header,
double header, mate. You know.
mate. I remember my first double header was down at Cogra.
Oh, there you go, mate.
Oh
There
yeah.
you go.
Yeah, I think it was Cronulla, St George, and then Titans, and this was just coming out of COVID, and they had a good old double header.
There you go, mate.
The Buddies Cowboys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
No Cody, no Humphreys, no Mick.
No
Okay.
one, mate.
Trell lining up at 5'8".
5'8", and with
That's
Sutherland.
pretty
yeah.
interesting. Pretty
Jaden
interesting.
Caden
Quite
Sullivan at
surprised.
7.
And, you know, Lewis Dodd's still not in the thing. I think he got a suspension or something.
He got a suspension for a crusher
Yeah.
tackle.
So that's
But
why
you guys
he's-
got Alex Johnson back. So
he had
it
his
should be
chance to.
And Ewan
fucking-
Aiken.
Aiken's back, yeah. So they got a few ins and a few outs there. But yeah, I think Rabbitohs will win here. I don't think Cowboys will win. Fuck that.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys
Wayne
are probably
Bennett's
going to
just
suffer
gonna-
in this game.
Wayne Bennett's just gonna fucking tell the boys, all right, we need another win here, and that's it. You know, they'll get
Yeah,
the win.
yeah. I've
Nothing
got Bunnies
much.
1-12.
I got
Yeah, I
Bunnies
reckon-
13+.
Bunnies
Wow.
win this game here, folks.
Oh,
Cowboys are favourites
No,
too.
Spit it
So.
out, mate.
it's tough because the Bunnies,
Yeah,
They've
but
lost
they got
a
all
lot.
the wins, mate.
you know, Cowboys have been on a roll here. I think I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go Cowboys 1 to 12.
Wow.
Fucking yeah, right.
Living dangerously.
Yeah.
Next up,
Anyways,
Next up,
next up, who wants to
Power and the
introduce it?
Raiders.
Go on, Bouche.
That's alright. So we got Parramatta Eels taking on the Canberra Raiders up in Darwin. So in the
Another
humidity.
strange location. I don't know what's going on there. Is there like some?
Oh, it's always a
special-
custom.
it's a
that
yearly
they-
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's yearly.
Now, okay, let's see. I think the weather's probably gonna get to the Raiders more
Mate,
than it
fuck
does
the
the
weather,
Eels.
mate. Raiders win.
Oh
this
come on,
game,
the
mate.
Raiders are always very much a cold weather team playing a lot in Canberra,
Yeah.
and we saw how the hot weather affected them in the game against the Cowboys when they lost.
They've been traveling a lot too. They've been traveling.
Traveling,
Oh,
yeah, very
damn.
far as well. I think the weather and the travel is probably going to play a
It'll just
role
get to
in
them.
in this game, and who knows, the Eels could bounce back
Oh,
and get 2 wins on the trot.
fucking Yongi, mate. He's got a big role ahead of him.
Yongi,
59
Yongi probably
points on
played
fantasy.
he played
last
his best
week.
game of the season against the Dragons, and maybe, who knows, he could put in another good game against the Raiders.
Maybe.
Do I
don't
think the
he'll
Eels
score
take
that.
it though? It's going to be
Nah, I
hard,
reckon
but
Raiders get the win here.
The American Raiders going to
Raiders.
What do you
roll.
guys think, folks? Raiders?
Yeah, I think
Look, I think the talking point here is going to be the forward packs because obviously it's going to be in that Darwin heat.
Yeah.
I think it's going to come down to who has the fitter forward pack. You know, Joe Tarpany has a pretty good engine on him, but I do have my concerns about the fitness of Horsburgh. Papali'i, um, you know, compared if you look at the Parramatta forwards, you'll have Junior Barlow that will gas out pretty quick in that heat.
Mm.
But you've got the likes of Hop Good. Um, you know, it's going to be close. I think I'm going to go Para 1 to 12 just because of the forward packs.
There you go, mate. Um, I
Yeah,
reckon
I
Raiders
think
will
Eels
get
get it done. I think Eels get
Eels,
it done.
really.
Just Lomax field goal.
Lomax.
Yeah. I got
Oh,
I got
Bouche
Raiders
doesn't
one to
like to
12.
hear Lomax. I don't think he likes Lomax anymore.
And
No, he used to be
Snake.
his number one fan. You
Snake.
got the Lomax jersey and everything.
No, I
The
don't got
Lomax
Lomax on my back.
You
Why
got
would I have
pictures,
the
Lomax on a
Lomax
vintage
fucking
jersey?
smugglers,
you
Lomax
got the
hoodie, Lomax hat,
Lomax body pillow. Yeah.
Lomax Johnnies, everything, mate. Bouche's got the
Oh
whole
yeah,
Lomax
definitely.
collection.
Now we've got Storm Warriors on Sunday night. Sorry, Sunday.
Ooh,
Sunday
interesting
afternoon.
game.
Sorry,
Sunday afternoon, yep.
Sunday afternoon.
Interesting
I
game.
think Storm will be too good this game. They have a 15 win streak against
Yeah,
Warriors,
they
so
do.
I feel like Storm will get it done.
Mm.
Interesting lineup as well from both teams. A few ins, but no big names really. Um,
I mean, Warriors come off a bye, so they have
they
more
are,
energy.
yeah,
And
but
Yeah.
I don't see them winning against Storm. Just off that win
oh,
against
well,
Manly.
last year they were very close to it. Then Xavier Coates got a
Xavier's goats
I
only
brilliant
scored
think
try of the
Storm
try
will just
season.
be too dominant in this game. Um,
at
it's
home
at
too,
Amy
so
Park
it's
too.
Amy. Yeah,
Sunday
I mean,
afternoon, 2 p.m. Big turnout. I reckon Storm will seal the deal here.
Look, um, well, I think it's going to be a blowout.
by wise.
Melbourne,
Okay.
Melbourne always turn up against the Warriors. Um, you know, their Melbourne spine is looking good. They went and piled 40 something points on Manly. I think the Warriors defense, yes, they're coming off the week bye, but I think the Warriors defense just it's not up to scratch to take on the Melbourne Storm. So I'm gonna go Storm 13 plus, but I'm expecting a cricket score.
Yeah.
Cricket score, mate. Interesting.
I mean, this is really the Warriors' like first big test besides the Manly game, which they actually thumped them. But do I think they get the result against the Storm? No, because Storm are well when they're on their game, they're a mile above the rest of the teams in the comp. So I could also see a cricket score coming in. So I have Storm 13 plus.
Wow. I reckon 13 plus as well.
I think
Mike?
Storm get 1 to 12. I mean, I think we're close because Warriors have been pretty good the past few weeks.
Mm,
They just got the win against Tigers 2 weeks ago, so
yeah, true.
I feel like it'll be close.
Um, folks, mate, why don't you introduce us last game? Get on, mate.
Last game, Sunday night. I think Sunday night games are probably some of my favorite games of the week.
Mm,
We've got the Knights taking on the Tigers again. Now, I think round two, this was a bit of a poo slinger. Um,
yeah.
Jerome Luai is expected to return.
He is in anyway.
Oh, he's not.
He is though. He's in.
Oh, yeah, thought so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jerome Luai is returning. Look, I think Knights. I think they're due for a win. They're without James Schiller this week. Also, we see Crossland move to the 7 and Brayley to the 9. Also, don't have Adam Elliott. So it's going to be tough. I think it's going to be
Yeah.
a close game, but I think Ponga's going to step up and get them over the line. So I'm going to say Knights 1 to 12.
Yeah, I reckon fucking, yeah, Knights win here again. What about you guys? Knights? Tigers?
I don't think the Knights win this game just because of how much they've relied on Ponga too much. It's very much the same issue they had last year where they relied on him too much to win games, and he's starting to burn out this early
Yeah.
into the season.
Yeah.
Like against the Bulldogs, they suffocated him and he couldn't do much. I think the Tigers are probably going to be able to do the same thing. So I have the Tigers winning this, but I think it will be close. So I have the Tigers 1 to 12.
Um, with Knights out with Elliot, Cogger, Havington, Saifides, and Schiller, Skiller. So I don't know how to pronounce it.
It's a bit of a hard one.
Bit of a hard one, yeah.
Schiller,
Um,
Schiller.
so yeah, I feel like Tigers will actually blow them out, 13 plus, especially with Luai
Yeah.
back in, and they're pretty competitive against the Broncos last week. So yeah, I feel like Tigers 13 plus.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on to our favorite segment here, Folks' segment, buy, hold, sell. Um, since he's back, mate, why do you want to kick us off with your buy, hold,
Oh,
sell, mate, for this week?
I would be honored to kick us off
Go
with
on,
buy,
mate.
hold, and sell.
Just don't
Um,
take an hour, please. Like normal.
so my buy of this week, I think a lot of us are going to be trading out Jamie Humphries. I have upgraded him to the big fog dog, Jamal
Mm.
Fogarty. My hold for this week, I'm gonna put down Kalen Ponga
Mm.
because after two scores of 20s, I have considered moving him on to a bit more of a consistent scorer because I know Ponga's got the high ceiling, but he's still just lacking that consistency. So I'm gonna give Ponga my hold for the week. I'm gonna give him one more chance. Um, and I think my sell for the week, there's got to be Jamie Humphries.
Mm.
I'm also gonna add in Jackson Purdue, which seems a bit strange, but he's had some good scores. Um, his break even's going to even out pretty soon. It should be pretty low this week, so you can hold for another week. But
Yeah.
I'm personally going to move him on. It's just what works best for my team. And another buy I'm going to add in there is Savala from the Roosters. But
Mm.
I would maybe wait a week on him because we're not sure if Townsend will get put back into the side or what's going to be happening there. But I would definitely watch. You could buy if you do need a half and you need a cash down option.
Mm. Yeah. Good choice there, mate.
What's yours,
Mike.
Oscar? Oh,
No,
never
you
mind.
go, Mike. You go.
Okay,
I'll go
Mike.
last. Go
Look,
on,
I'm pretty
Mike.
new to fantasy, so don't judge me. Anyway,
It's alright, mate.
my
Go for it.
my buy is Edwards. I feel like he'll
Mm.
do pretty well this week, especially going back in. My
Yeah.
hold is Terrell May. I feel like he'll be having a big game against the Knights, and my sell is
Mm.
Mark. No, I need a house.
Marky Mark, mate. Just call him Marky
Marky
Noah
Mark.
Mark. Yeah.
Kanikawaze.
I'll
Nah,
take it
it's
was
Marky
it.
Mark.
Marky Mark. Yeah, that's my
Marky
my
Mark,
hold
Yeah.
mate.
sell.
Yep, there you
Yeah.
go. Boosh.
Alright,
First
so
time to the segment. Go on, mate. Buy or
yeah,
sell.
so my buy of this
But
week.
wait, just
Oh, there you
before we
go.
get into Boosh, I just take his advice with a grain of salt. Boosh is currently what
Oh, I
two
think
two
he's
and three,
One and
Boosh, mate.
four, mate.
What's going on
one
there,
and
mate?
four. Boosh is 1-4 in the
Hey, don't
comp.
worry, I
Isn't
started
he the
like that
fantasy
last
king?
season and made the grand final.
Uh,
3 grand finals in a row, mate.
Who's winning our comp? Let's have a
me,
games.
I'm
Folks is winning
five and
there,
0,
yeah.
5-0 undefeated.
The
Only
dogs.
person
I'm
left in the
currently
comp
11th on the
undefeated.
ladder.
Ninth. I think
God.
I'm ninth or eighth on the ladder. Eighth.
What about the golden
Anyways,
point?
continue, Boosh.
Don't
Continue.
worry. Don't worry. I'll bounce back. Most premiers, most grand final wins in our league.
Oh,
Uh,
man.
I'm pretty sure we're tied for
Yeah, shut up,
premiership.
Boosh,
Yeah, I
mate.
think
I
it's
think
me and you
folks will win
tied.
this
Yeah.
year. Or big
All right.
Spencer Brown
So
is
my
creeping up
buy
there.
of the week. It's between either Co Wong, Sua, however you say his name,
Oh,
Wong,
Boosh. Come on.
or Toby Couchman for the Dragons. If you need an edge, if you're moving on Seyfarth, I think
I'm sure
either
you know a
one of
lot
them.
about edging, Boosh.
Ah, shut up, man. Yeah. They both
My mum
have
watches these.
Oh, God.
they both have plenty of money to make, and if
Boosh.
depends on just shut up, man. My buys of the week, I've got Co Wong and Toby Countrin as an edge upgrade. If you're moving on Seyfarth, or if you're done with the Matty Nicholson, even after he scored 74, both of them still plenty of money to make and can be keepers, 50 plus scorers in the edge position. Countrin being dual position. Make your choice with either one of them. Both of them should be high up on the buy list this week. My hold for this week, as James said it pretty well. I had Kalen Ponga as one of my holds, or any of the Knights backlines. So Kalen Ponga, Greg Marzoo, Fletcher Sharp if you have him. But I think another hold would be Alex Seyfarth. If you want to move him on to like a keeper edge, like a Eli Katoa or a Angus Crichton, by all means go ahead. But I think he still has money to make. If he scores another 30 or 40 this week, I think you move him on. But give him one more week, I'd say. And the sell that I have in my team, Jack Cole. I would say Jack Cole from the Panthers.
Jack
If you still
Cole.
have him, I think you
Big
got to move him
Coley.
on. He's got a HIA in the last game and scored 14, so I don't think he makes any more money now that Cleary's back in the side. And yeah,
Yeah, okay, mine's pretty straightforward. I'm not gonna fucking yap like you guys did. Okay, so my buy for this week is Nathan Cleary. I think a lot of people traded him out within the past few weeks because of his concussion, which I was one of those guys, and I do think he's definitely a must-have in your team now. He scored 71 points last week, so it's just fucking made it clear there. We just need him in our team. I don't think he's captain material. There's still a big debate with Payne Haas and Terrell May for captain, but for this week I might go Terrell May to play it safe. But yeah, my hold is Ruben Garrick. He got 39 points last week, and I think the week before he got 40 something. So, and then the week before that he got like 100 points, over 100. So, I just think he's a definite holds. I think some people were trading him out, but yeah, just keep him in your team. Good player. And then my sell, obvious one, out for 6 weeks, Jamie Humphries. But yeah, overall, happy with my buy, hold, sell. Anyways,
Moving
moving
on.
on to the last segment,
The best one.
second best segment.
A second.
fan questions.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Fan
Yeah,
questions.
second.
Now,
My bad.
unfortunately, another shit week. With fan questions. I think last week we only got
We got zero.
We got zero last week, and the week
Yeah,
before that we got
zero.
2. And then
Do we get
this
any this
week
week?
we only got one question from Ashton Metledge.
Oh, of course.
Now this one's to James. I'm pretty sure he saw it by now. When's James back? Well, he's right here, mate. He's
Well,
right here.
yep. I'm gonna be trying to make a return. Hopefully everything's all sorted now, and I can
Live.
make my return nice and
Yeah.
smoothly.
Yeah, so will you be joining us each week?
I will. Are you gonna be joining us from England?
Oh, okay, that's a bit of a squeeze, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to, but we'll figure it out. I'm sure we'll figure it out. Don't want to be inactive. But we'll definitely I'll keep the graphics and shit consistent.
Yeah.
Buy ourselves tips and all that. But I do come back 2nd of May. And what was I gonna say? Bouche. Now, so you're coming? You're not coming back, eh? It's just like a one-off.
Yeah,
Just to
I
confirm.
think it's a one-off for
What's the
now,
go,
but
mate? What's the future with you?
I don't know. I could come back in the middle of the year when I'm done with uni and
It's just
alleviated from work, but the uni schedule's starting to pack up for me, and work's just been work. I've been having 2, 3 day shifts for like long hours, but if everything works out, I should be able to come back towards the middle of the season when I'm done with uni for a few
Good to
months.
hear, mate. Yeah, good to hear. We welcome you back, mate. When you're ready, just come back. But yeah, it'll just be us 3 then. Thank you for
That's it.
tuning in. Surprise guest Boosh and folks is back now. And yeah, see you guys next week.